Good evening, my non-existent viewers. Before we jump into part 17 of Turtle Tuesday, where I review episode 11 called Metalhead Rewired, and the next episode after that, two things really. I wanted to apologize for the typos in the titles of the last, 3 previous episodes of this series. My live stream when I started reviewing season 2 was part 14, and I think I might have titled part 15 and part 16 both part 15 by mistake and called last week's episode part 16. I just corrected it, edited it in YouTube Studio, but I have not had the chance to. Oh wait, actually, I think I'm getting this part wrong too. This is part 18. Oh my gosh, I am bad at math. My biggest apologies. And second of all, you know that these episodes for this Turtle Tuesday series have me talking about real turtle species, kind of like a little throwback to when I made animal fact videos on a regular basis, as well as reviewing movies with a Turtle Tuesday episode, because I usually go to see movies on Tuesdays, or I review a Turtles a comic book, like how I reviewed the last round of Lost Years when I got back to this series. I'm going to talk about a different kind of turtle, a mythological turtle. More specifically, the world turtle, which does not only belong to one particular mythology, but the whole concept of a world turtle has sprung up quite a bit around the world. It appears in Hindu mythology, Chinese mythology, Native American mythology, and a lot of different folklores and various legends and myths and even philosophical ideas all around the world. A lot of the world turtle motifs involve a giant, as the name suggests, involve a giant turtle supporting the entire world on its back, with some myths almost making the world turtle be the foundation of an elephant sandwich with a bunch of herds of elephants on top of the turtle's back holding up the world as well. And I wanted to talk about the world turtle in particular. It's very fascinating to me how various mythologies and legends from various cultures around the world all have recurring themes like dragons, Bigfoot, snakes. Turtles have made their way into the collective conscience of being a mythological figure as well, the inspiration for mythological figures. And it's I want to talk about the world turtle in particular because this past Friday, February 21st, marked the 20th anniversary of Avatar: The Last Airbender, one of my all-time favorite cartoons. And I'm really kicking myself, because I have the whole series on DVD, right? And we have a DVD player at the gym at my second job. We have a movie theater room, so the gym visitors can run on a treadmill while watching a movie in our movie theater room. We have a whole stash of DVDs. I was going to bring my Airbender DVDs to work that day, but the last 2 days, because I had covered for a coworker, I was thinking of making an Airbender themed video on Airbender's 20th anniversary, but I didn't end up getting around to doing so, because I had to cover a coworker's shift that night. And the last 2 days, I worked there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week. The DVD player was busted and not usable for Wednesday and Thursday, so I was okay, I'm not even going to bother bringing the DVDs tomorrow because the movie theater room was busted. Lo and behold, the movie theater room was fixed by the time I got to work. We were playing other movies. I was like, God dang it! And also, I wanted to talk about the world turtle is the inspiration for the lion turtle that you might have seen the season 2 episode of Airbender in the library, as well as the series finale in season 3 where Aang meets the lion turtle. Yeah, it's heavily inspired from the world turtle myth. Oh gosh, I will not be able to say that properly tonight. And also with this coming Thursday being the 29th anniversary of Pokemon, one of the greatest gaming franchises of all time, I want to talk about the world turtle because it was the inspiration for Torterra and Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. That was my starter Pokemon way back in the Platinum days. And it's inspired by the world turtle because, I talk about turtles every Tuesday, not just the Ninja Turtles, but other types of turtles as well. And I wanted to give both these anniversaries, Airbender and Pokemon, I have these two I have these two franchises, as well as Lord of the Rings, Skyrim, Harry Potter, and other fantasy classics to thank for inspiring me as a very imaginative individual. Always have been. Ever since I was a little kid, I've been drawing since before I could talk. All those franchises I just mentioned have been huge inspirations for me to pursue my own creative endeavors, writing my own fantasy and my own sci-fi stories and drawing pictures and all these good stuff. And it's they both feature so many different turtles, and of course Ninja Turtles is one of those franchises made me the person I am today too. So I want to say happy 20th anniversary to Avatar: Last Airbender and happy soon to be 29th anniversary to the Pokemon franchise, way back when Pokemon Red and Blue, or should I say Red and Green, if you played the Japanese versions back then, were released way back in 1996. And yeah, like, one of my favorite memories from 5 years ago, February, like, way back in 2020, right before the world stopped making sense, I got a lot of my friends from Outpost, from the church I was going to back during my college years, and my girlfriend at the time, to watch Airbender. We all just, like, we got pizza, and we just, like, I brought my DVDs and my laptop and my little extension cord plugged into the projector at the behavior science buildings, one of the lecture halls, and we watched as much of season 1 as we could until the custodians kicked us out. But yeah, enough yammering. Let's get to the Ninja Turtles. So I just finished watching episode 11. Rest in peace, Metalhead. Metalhead took... Excuse me. He took a W for the team, he took a hit for the team. He took one for the team at the end of the episode when they go into Dimension X. It's like... It kind of reminds me of the Captain Underpants books way back in the day when Mikey finds a magic portal to Dimension X through the porta potty. Just, it smells without Mikey's magic touch. It's like, the portal through Dimension X. Of course, it's through a porta potty because we're all juveniles that have sense of humor. But, anyways, yeah, the return of Spider Bites, that one super stereotypical New Yorker from that one season 1 episode. I love how this episode finally had, like, the mutants going head to head with the Krang in the Dimension X. Which I was wondering if, throughout the whole episode, I was thinking, if this is gonna be one of those episodes where the Turtles is, like, characteristic, the defining, like, traits they have are gonna be their weakness this episode. Like, Raphael's the hothead, Donnie's the guy who has a way with machines, and Michelangelo's the funniest and jokiest, least mature of the 4 Turtles, and it's like, and meanwhile Leonardo's like the leader, so he's the one who decides, like, who gets to go on what missions, like how Leo kicks Raph out, and, for that one mission, the season 1 episode, Turtle Temper, and I was like, wondering if all of Metalhead's new upgrades would just get the best of him, but it turns out they ended up being, like, what saves all the Turtles and the mutants. Like, I think it's funny how Mikey finds that one, like, pizzarito, the burrito they find, because I was eating a burrito, or my poor attempt at a burrito, that is, while watching that episode. It's like, it's funny how the Turtles, like, yeah, their thing is that they're obsessed with pizza, but, like, they don't just eat pizza. They're these episodes depict them eating ramen, and, like, and Asian food, as well as, like, Mexican food, like burritos, or a pizzarito, in this case. But I was wondering, the one question I have is, why wasn't Leatherhead in the one of the prisons, the jail cells of all the other mutants? Like, where is he being located? I don't remember if he actually goes in. I think he goes in Dimension X at the end of that one season 1 episode when we the last time we see him on screen. I wonder if he's ever going to return. I like how he got Mr. O'Neill in his wingbat or wingnut form out of the prison. Like, that was nice. But yeah. Anyways, on to episode 12 of Rats and Men. It's funny because Metalhead, every time I hear that name, I just want to listen to heavy metal because he's a metalhead, get it? But it's like, of Rats and Men. This is 2 episodes in a row that remind me of bands of Rats and Men. It kind of sounds like Of Mice and Men, or that one metal band, or Of Monsters and Men. They're a band from Iceland. But yeah, I digress. Oh, heck yes. Oh, yes, okay, I'm rewinding that last bit. So, because I just watched the end of episode 12 of Rats and Men, where, like, the Rat King returns and is now possessing Master Splinter. Basically, the Rat King can only see through his shoulder mouse, like a parrot on his shoulder, like the pirate, Aristotle. So, I just watched a part where Master Splinter puts on his blindfold and just whoops his butt and sends him off the edge. Splat. And yes, I love the ice cream cat in this episode when April rescues the kitty and trusts the turtles with it. And, of course, Mikey, being the silly one, mutates it with ice cream of all freaking things. And that's why I figured I would grab S'mores Cat to join us the rest of this video. And yeah, and also, Casey Jones may or may not get over his fear of rats after facing all the giant mutant rats. I just wanted to say there's a lot of, potential for, post-apocalyptic scenarios of all the different, mutants and robots and aliens that that you see throughout the Ninja Turtles franchise. I would still like to see, a what-if scenario where, in Mutant Mayhem, the scene where, the turtles are getting milked And it's like, what if... Ooh, that's... Oh, wow. The episode just ends right there, and then with Splinter taking off his mask. You know, his blindfold, I should say. But yeah, great episodes. Both great episodes so far. Like, yeah, excellent. But yeah, I was wondering, like, what if the scene in Mutant Mayhem, when, like, the turtles were being milked, and because of it, you know, to produce more mutants, what if that worked? What if there was, like, a post-apocalyptic open-world video game set in New York City where the turtles are dead and their mutant gen is, like, used to mutate the whole city, so the whole New York City just crawling with, like, mutant creatures, and you and the other human survivors have to survive in a scenario like that. Or in this episode with the rats, like, all the different, like, giant mutant rats and rat people that the Rat King wants to produce. I guess, like, a faction of, like, mutant enemy creatures you face in that video game would be, like, the rats. Perhaps, like, a whole bunch of, like, you know, feral master splinters running around. But yeah, overall, I hope you guys enjoy this episode of Turtle Tuesdays. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to play with S'mores Cat by liking this video and subscribing. And yeah, and if you guys want me to do more, like you know, when I talk about turtles and like real turtles in these videos, do you guys want me to just talk about like living, like extant turtles, or would you like me to talk about like prehistoric turtles as well as modern day turtles and like mythical turtles or mythical creatures inspired from turtles? Let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel, please. And you guys have a good night and stay beastly.